So let's look at the approaches. We can reach them via direct mail, postcard, CMA. This is where the relationship with your title person comes in handy. So let's take Limor's criteria. Let's say that's my criteria. I want to deal with out-of-state owners. So I'll pick a zip code and I'll have my title guy. Hey, I want a list of absentee owners that are outside of California within this zip code. That's the list. You can start there. Um, have you considered the for rent by owner? You know what I mean by for rent by owner? Like uh, it's for lease, but it's not a realtor's sign on the yard. It's this red, white sign for rent, handwritten, Sharpie. Have you ever hit one of those? Here's my suggestion. Anytime you're driving around, you see one of those signs, take a photo. Take a bunch of photos. At the end of the week, end of the month, whenever, pick a day, call them. Hey, is this unit still available for rent? Oh, yes, it is. How much? Can I come see it? And see if it's the owner that shows up. True story. True story. 4148 Newton Street, Torrance, South Torrance area. It's a busy intersection, Anza and Newton. I drove by that four-way stop sign intersection every day. And there was this for rent sign for months. And I'm thinking, man, how crap is this house that is not being taken? And so I decided to go back and call the number. And I never thought of getting the phone number, but until that day. So I go back. When I go back, the sign is gone. And now all I see is West Side Rentals. I scan the code, whatever it is, text this to whatever number, nothing happened. I go home, I go back to the office, look up realist tax, 4148 Newton. Oh, the Sheliga Family Trust owns this place. I look up the name, Google search, and I find the phone number and I call. Um, Hi, this is Norm. Can I help you? I say, yes. Hi, Norm. My name is Chung. I'm with Keller Williams Realty. Do you still have the property 4148 Newton for lease? I said, yes, I do. I said, wow. You know, I work with a lot of relocating executives that come to Southern California. I might have a group coming in this weekend. I'd like to preview the property. Can I see it? I said, absolutely. So I met him at the property. It's a brand new remodel. It's a beautiful house. And I'm like, Norm, how much are you charging? How come it's still here? I say, well, I just want $3,000 a month. For a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, this beautiful, 3,000 and still here. It's like, yeah. How many showings have you had? It's like, I don't know, you and 2 other ones? I'm like, wow. So he said, hey, I don't think this is gonna work though for my client. There's no backyard. Maybe that's why. Um, hey, do you want me to market this property for lease? And he's like, how much do you charge? So, well, I do 6% of the whole lease term. So it's $3,000 a month times 12. That's 36,000 total, 6% of that. And he does the math. I was like, okay, that's not much more than West Side Rental. Yeah, sure. So he cancels with at West Side Rentals. He signs a lease listing agreement with me. And 2 weeks later, I get him a tenant. I had a bidding war for lease applications. I ended up getting him $3,300 a month. So now I'm his new hero. I said, hey, Norm, throughout going forward, my job is to continue updating you with the market. Would you be okay if I send you an email every now and then showing what's going on in the neighborhood? He's like, no, please do. About a year and a half worth of updates. and this is automatically done by my MLS portal. You can set search, right, criteria, auto email. A year goes by, they renew the lease, the tenant starts paying late. So now Norm is starting to freak out. Why is she paying late every month now? And then he sees through the newsletter that I keep sending him, the prices had gone up, but kind of stayed flat. So now he's thinking, shit, I think this is the time to sell. So a year and a half later, he calls me. Hey, ho, I think it's time. Let's put it for sale. So it took me a year and a half to get that listing. That's the moral of the story. But all I'm saying is, whenever you see a for rent by owner sign, I suggest you call, at least make a connection, staying in touch with them. Maybe they own other properties. Maybe they want to buy more, right? Be the realtor, earn their business. Another thing I like doing is, I have a buyer letter. I like sending letters to people, and it's a non-assuming letter. It's like, dear homeowner, inventory is low, and I have a buyer still looking to move into your neighborhood. Are you thinking of selling and moving or relocating? Please call me today. If you're not going anywhere, call me and leave me a message with your address so I can remove you from the list. So this works really well for the landlords, because they usually call me and say, yeah, I'm not selling. Okay, fine, give me your address. And I get the address, okay. And then I have on my list, right? Like, wait, does this happen to be a rental? Your tax record address is different. Yeah, it's my rental. Oh, awesome. Is the tenant paying well? Are you collecting good rent? It's like, yeah, it's okay. You know, I just sold a 2-bedroom unit just like yours the other day. And my buyer just, as soon as we closed escrow, he put it for lease. And so I was able to get him $1,800. So I hope you're getting something like that or more. And she goes, 1,800. I'm getting 1,000 a month. I'm like, wow. If you run a charity, that's fine. So that was another listing that I got. She ended up listing about a year later. So these are real scenarios that I like sharing so that you get your brain, the wheels turning. Understand really well the COVID-19 tenant moratorium. There are different rules and regulations that change. And also you can cold call, you know, absentee owners. Any of you like cold calling? No? Yes? Marla, I know you do a few cold calls here and there. Yes? For the
I have been watching a friend doing a cold call, the friend that I call accountability partner,
oh yeah,
to see how she does it. And she does it really well. So, yeah, I'm considering, but I still studying the script. So I don't get caught by surprise, not knowing
right.
what to answer. It's a little intimidating, but yeah, I want to try everything.
Well, it's cold calling is not for the faint of heart. It's for the the it's for the immortals.
Mm.
I be honest, I don't like cold calling.
Yeah,
Um,
but I, no, I don't know. I will try. I don't know if I'm
yeah.
going to succeed in that.
Oh, I have a question. Is it okay to solicit somebody who has their property listed with Westside Rentals? I had asked somebody about that and she said, no, you can't.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of a agreement, listing agreement with West Side Rental. Uh,
Right, but could you solicit them for the sale of the property?
yeah, for the
Yeah.
sale, sure.
if it's listed for rent, you could still solicit them to list it for
And by the
sale.
way, every time I take a lease listing, there's a few things I like asking. So when I took the Torrance house for lease, I said, hey, Norm, question. Every time I have a property on the market for lease, it's inevitable. I don't know why. People just constantly bug me. Hey, you want to sell? You want to sell? Right? So Norm, I'd like to ask you, do you have a magic number that if somebody offered you today, you would sell? And I understand you're not thinking you're looking to sell anytime soon. That's fine. It's just I need a number so that I can tell them to get lost. And you know, these people bug me all the time. So Norm does this math. He's like, well, I think this property is worth what, 750, 800 today? And he's like, $1 million, 980, 980. I'll sell it right now. I was like, okay, good to know. It's just a poke, a little dab that I like doing just to get a feel for the, you know, the desire. And sure enough, like there's a lot of people say, hey, do you think they want to sell? It's like, yep, $1 million. He's like, no, you're not gonna get that. I know. But do you want it? It's gonna be $1 million. So I like asking that question. So even if the property is listed with Westside Rental, you could always approach somebody. It's like, hey, I know it's for lease, but if you are considered selling it, let me know. Yeah, so it's about timing, right? What if the timing is such that the last tenant that just moved out, that was a close call. Like the owner almost went into notice of default or you know whatever, right? They trashed the place before they moved out. All of that kind of stuff is what we have to be on the lookout for. Any other ideas on like how to find these landlords in pain? Do any of you hit up on landlords at all, ever?
I have one that I've been hitting up in my neighborhood. And in fact, I'm going to call him when we finish today.
And I typically like, you know, the conversation with the landlords. I find it a little more non-threatening, or it doesn't feel like I'm bugging them. And it's like, and I think this is the most common, the script. This is the most common script that a lot of people use for cold call. So it goes something like this. Hi, this is Ho. I'm a local realtor, and I wanted to find out if you still own 1327 Vista Pacifica. It's like, yeah, I do. It's like, perfect. Because with the market being so healthy, have you considered selling the home? Nah, I'm gonna hold on to it for a little bit. Okay, got it. Perfect. Is the home currently rented or vacant right now? Do you remember when the lease was up? You know, are the tenants being good? Yeah, they're fine. I have another 8 months, then I'll get another. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. And really, I don't mind. I'll email you a full price analysis on the home, so you can see how much you could sell for in this market. And from there, you can decide if selling makes sense or not. Fair enough? Yeah, whatever. Sure, send me. Oh, by the way, are you collecting market rent? Or do you still have a loan on this property? Right. And these questions are geared towards like to uncover the pain. A lot of people, they will not expose their hands until they are asked the questions. So this is a very simple script. And I think I like using this script just to make a connection with the different, you know, landlords, right? Mary, you want to do a role play? You read the script. I'll pretend to be the homeowner.
Sure.
Hey.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Mary Williams with Keller Williams. I'm a local realtor and wanted to find out if you still owned the property at 1327 Vista Pacific.
Yeah, I still, yeah, I do. What about it?
Oh, I was just calling to see, with the market so healthy, have you considered selling the home?
I mean, I thought about it like, what, 3 years ago, but I have a pretty good tenant, and I don't know, and it's like location on Vista Pacifica. Sometimes, even when it's vacant, I like just keeping it because, I have families from the East Coast. They sometimes travel here. Yeah, nah, I'm not considering selling anytime soon.
Is it currently rented?
Yeah, right now I have a tenant in there.
And do you remember when the lease is coming up?
Wait, so that was 6 months ago. Well, at least it's 6 more months, but I think it will month to month after that.
And they're paying their rent. I know, there's a rent moratorium with COVID.
Yeah, well, so far I don't know. I mean, they did pay late a little bit, but I want to believe they're okay.
Okay, well, perfect. Let's do this. How about if you don't mind, I can send you a full price analysis on the home and see how much it could sell for in this market. And from there you can decide if selling makes sense. Fair enough?
Mm, Actually, I mean, I look at Zillow all the time, and I see the properly like Zestimate thing. So I don't know. I guess that's fine. But I already see the numbers.
Yeah, the algorithm that Zillow uses doesn't always factor in things that you can't see when you actually visit the property. Your best bet is really to have an analysis from a realtor.
Okay. Well, sure.
How
I
about
mean,
if we keep in touch? I'll put together a quick market analysis for you. And can I get your email address?
yeah. Ho Chung at KW.com.
Great. Okay, so let's keep in touch. I'll send you the market analysis and then let me know what you think.
All right, fine.
All right. Thank you.
No, dude, you forgot
Very,
to ask.
you kill it. You are excellent.
Oh, thanks.
Hey,
Oh
no,
my God.
no, you forgot to ask. By the way, are you collecting market rent and that?
Oh, I said that, right?
No, no, number five. Go number five.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, sorry. Oh, I missed that one. Yep.
Oh my God. She was creative.
No,
Yeah,
number
I
five.
stopped looking at the script and just kind of, yeah.
Amazing. I want
Ask
to be
me.
like that.
Ask me number five.
Okay.
Mary, ask me. Read the number
Oh,
five. I'm still
read
on the
number
phone.
5. Oh, by the way, are you collecting market rent?
Well, I'm getting 6,500 a month. I don't know if that's market.
I'd be happy to look into that for you and do an analysis. Do you still have a loan on the home?
I mean, it's a token loan. I put a big down payment when I bought it because I really don't want to depend on the tenants to pay my mortgage. So
Right.
yeah, I still have a loan, but it's small.
So you have a lot of equity in the property.
Yeah, but now that you mention, I'm really like curious what the market rent is. 'Cause,
I'd be happy to check that out for you.
yeah,
What kind of condition is the property in?
I mean, we fresh paint, fresh flooring. It's pretty decent.
Any upgrades to kitchens or bathrooms?
No, actually, I don't know if you're able to find, but I've had photos like when I put it for rent. It should be like apartments.com or something.
All right, I'll take a look at the photos and I'd be happy to put together a rent analysis for
Yeah,
you.
very. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not selling the property anytime soon, so I don't want to really waste your time. But since you mentioned, the thing that really interests me is what could I get like rent? Like, can I get more or
Sure, I'd be happy to look into that for you. And then when it comes up for lease, I can market the property for you, put it on the MLS and get you top dollar. How does that sound?
Okay, that's fine. Cool deal.
All right, let's keep in touch.
Will do. Okay, so I think whatever you have to do to kind of like provide information, and staying in touch will get you the listing in the future. Okay. And so typically I will probably list the property with the last realtor I spoke to. Fair? Does that make sense?
Yes.
There are tons of realtors everywhere. How do I pick one? I'll just pick the one that has always been like providing information and always there. Okay, who wants to go next? Somebody who wants to play role play here with me? Same script.
Oh, come on.
I'll go.
Okay.
Hi, this is Marla. I'm a local realtor and I want to find out if you still own 1327 Vista Pacifica.
Yeah, I do. How'd you get my number? Who is this again?
Perfect.
Who is this again?
This is Marla Warren.
Okay. Okay, Marla.
Yeah, I knocked your door once. I got your number from you. You don't remember giving it to me.
I guess not.
Yeah,
Okay. What about it?
perfect. With this
Yeah, what-
market being so healthy, have you considered selling the home?
I don't know. I mean, I've had it for a while, and I never thought of selling it. I just want to keep it and maybe buy some, another one sometime down the line. But not, nah, yeah, no.
Okay, so is the home currently rented?
Yeah, no, right now, no. The tenant just moved out. I need to clean up they kind of left the property in a little, not so pleasant condition. So maybe a month or so of work here and there. Yeah, but I'll put a tenant in there.
Okay, so how do you find your tenants? I could help you with locating your next tenant.
Oh, you work with lease too?
Absolutely.
Oh, interesting. What do you charge?
Oh shoot. Oh, I don't know the percentage that we charge for that.
6%.
Oh, okay, it's 6%.
6% of the lease term.
Correct.
Okay.
Would that be something you would be interested in? You'd have your tenants screened?
Oh, I mean,
How did you?
I've been using this lease agreement that a friend of mine gave me, and I always thought it was kind of Mickey Mouse. I mean, what kind of do you provide all of that stuff?
We do. We would screen the tenants for you.
Okay, got it.
Would that be something that you would be interested in?
Yeah.
Great, great. What's a good time for us to meet?
I mean, I'm at the property like next week. I'm gonna be there for the entire week, working on it. I wish I wasn't handy, but I am. So I'm always, doing the stuff at the house. So I mean, I don't like the morning hours. I'm usually there from 9 to 12 at least.
Perfect.
And
Let's do this. So you're going to be there on Wednesday next week?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, perfect. I'll be there Wednesday around what time?
I mean, from 9 to 12, anytime, swing by.
Okay, so I'll be there around 10. And in the meantime, would you like to know how much this property would sell for if you were to consider selling it?
I mean, I have a pretty good idea. Actually, what's important to me right now is
Mhm.
what kind of rent can I get? So that's something I'd like to know.
Okay, then I'll do an analysis to see how much you could actually get for the property in renting it. Do you know if you're at current market value or not?
Well, right now it's vacant, so yeah, last tenant was paying 5,500 a month.
Okay, 5,500 a
I
month.
mean, it's a nice location and everything. So
Okay, I'll do an analysis to let you know if you're actually collecting the current market value rents.
Okay.
And I'll email that to you. Can I get your email address, please?
yeah, ho@blah.com.
Okay, great. I'm going to email you that information and I'll see you Wednesday at
Okay.
10.
Perfect.
If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call and I'll give you a call before I come out.
Okay, this number that's showing up here, is this your cell phone number?
That is
Okay, cool.
great.
Would you mind sending me a text message with your name and stuff like that so I can?
Absolutely. I'm going to do that right now. Quick
Okay, cool.
question.
Yes.
Do you know of anyone else that would be in need of my services, that's thinking about buying or selling at this time?
Nah, no, not really. I don't know.
Okay, I'll see you Wednesday at 10. Thank you. Have a
Perfect.
nice day, rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now Marla has an appointment. It's at least possibly for a lease listing. And by the way, I hate doing leases, but I'll do leases all day long, only so that
I do too.
only so that I can stay in touch with the owner.
Okay.
Okay, question for you guys that heard this conversation now played out twice. Was it so bad? I was like, is this like a regular conversation you could have on the phone? You know, I put a big title here, the script, okay? Only because we hate scripts. But I don't know if you could modify this and, you know, change it to your liking. I don't care, but just stick to something and use it and call people and actually, you know, I think it's doable. I think every conversation I have with people is a script. I think I have a script book, and I think we all do. You end up saying the same thing. How many of you here have a spouse or married? When you have an argument, don't you sound like a broken record? Or doesn't the other person sound like a broken record?
Yes.
That's your script, Michelle. So let me ask you, is the script working? In that,
The script with my husband or with clients?
no, with your husband.
Well, I've changed it up. I've changed it up a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's much more benevolent. Yeah.
let's say you pick this script to call the absentee owners. Let's say it doesn't really work for you. Well, change it. That's fine. But do something. Can't be sitting around doing nothing, watching Netflix. How many
I
of
would
you
probably ask the owner if they have what their long-term goals are.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what my long-term goal is? Bahamas.
Exactly.
A house in Cuba. Cuba. I want to be king of Cuba. Or
Well, you
king's son.
can sell this property because we have such a healthy market, and you can buy probably 3 properties in Cuba.
Actually, Michelle, now that you said it, I have no idea what a house will cost in Cuba. I just said it. But now that you said, as soon as you finish saying that, my mind is thinking, I could buy 3. How much would they cost anyways? Like, I'm curious now. So I think our job is to carry conversations that make people think and plant seeds in people's minds. And if you really get good at that, I think you'll be killing it. If you look up Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Brian Buffini, all these big real estate trainers, they have a whole book of scripts. And I understand a lot of these scripts are very similar. You know, what's your typical expired script? Hey, ring, ring, hey, this is, I noticed that your house came up on MLS as expired. Where would you have moved if they're sold? I don't know, what, you know, the same script over and over. So when these people are being bombarded by the same conversation, it just gets annoying. I think here it's a little different because it's not an expired. The absentee owners are not really bugged as much. That's what, you know, I have a lot of realtor friends, and only one guy I know targets absentee owners. Everyone else is typically the FISBOs and expireds. I think there's a gold mine here. Anybody else with different ideas? Yes? No?
Well, I just want to say that, like, I never thought about it in this way with you saying, like, you know, the landlords are more approachable. And just from reading this and listening to it, it kind of makes sense because they're more just, well, some of them will be in like a business mode versus like quote unquote regular people. They don't want to talk about that. But if you're a landlord, and you actually want to be, you know what I mean, you don't really mind having a 5-minute conversation about this.
So when I say they're not emotionally attached to the property, here's another one. Let's say I call, okay, I see people on here. Okay, let's say I call Jake and I say, hey, Jake, I see you own 2 properties here in this condo complex. How are the tenants treating you? Okay, great. You want to buy another one or sell? And so let's say they want to sell and buy. I want to sell these 2 little 1-bedroom units and buy like a duplex somewhere else. Let's say that's the case. It's a lot easier for the landlord to pull the trigger because they don't have to pack. They don't have to move. They don't need their moving truck. They're just signing papers. Okay, not only they're not emotionally attached, it's hassle-free basically, especially if they're out of state. You know, Limor was giving ideas of like people out of state. Out of state people like, Michelle, really? Can you handle everything for me? I mean, I don't have to come back to California. Like, oh no, I got you. Right? It's a different crowd that we can tap into. So having shared all of that, I always want to have an action plan. What are you going to do about it, right? Ideas are good. So I suggest you study the local rental market, because whenever you have a conversation, you can't sound clueless. You have to know what the current rental market is. Study about the tenant rights that keep changing, and it's different from city to city. Be a knowledgeable person. I mean, I hear realtors say all the time, oh, I love real estate. I'm so passionate about real estate. And a lot of them have no idea what the rental market is. And I know rental is not your specialty, but come on, you're telling me and you know what, a 2-bedroom, what's a 2-bedroom typical condo here in Marina del Rey go for? Like a high rise. Anybody know? 3,000, 5,000? 5,000 a month. Okay. You see, you gotta have a ballpark number. Mailers. I highly suggest mailers. A lot of people don't like being bothered on the phone. Mailers are great. But if you're gonna bother them on the phone, practice your scripts so you can have intelligible, meaningful conversation where you can earn their trust. Yeah. Actually, have you guys heard of ZIMAS? Zone Information Map Access System. ZIMA, ZIMAS. If you're ever unsure if a property is in rent control, go to ZIMAS, enter the property address, and it'll show if there is any rental ordinance, rental RO something. I have a listing in Hawthorne. The tenants finally moved out. Next week, I'm gonna send photographer. It's not really a duplex though. It's a single family with an unpermitted second unit. Technically, it's not a duplex. It's a single family. Therefore, not part of the rent control. You know, you're gonna know stuff like that. And are you guys okay with role playing? Practicing scripts? You know, it's I mean, I think it's fun. I think Ed was a famous coach or player. When you're not practicing, just remember, someone somewhere is. And when you meet him, he will win. So you got to bring your A game. And I think we're all capable of doing this. And I'd like you to take some pride. Actually, I'm going to end with this. Just to like probe a little bit. What are you good at? Are you good at anything? Okay. I'd love to see you guys good at practicing your script. Is that okay?
Yes.
We want to have an office filled with like badasses, and badasses know what they say, how they say, when to say. Really, it's not that difficult. Actually, when are we gonna start doing some scripts practice and role play?
You said me?
Yeah,
Um,
you got your license not long ago, so let's put it to work.
yeah, no, definitely. I've been definitely researching them and just trying to build confidence to want to like cold call. That's where I'm at. Like I want to start doing that. So
Building confidence comes with practice.
fair
Right?
enough. Mm-hmm.
So let's practice role play. What's coming next? I'm going to have a series, actually, for whoever, Veronica, maybe you can help me out on this one too. And it's going to be like this. Either Veronica or I will pretend to be a buyer or a seller, doesn't matter. And then Ashley is going to represent me as a buyer, and Veronica could be the seller. And I say, Ashley, I want to write an offer. And you're going to prepare an RPA. I'm going to give you my email. I'm going to tell you how much I want to offer. And your job is going to fill out the RPA. And of course, we're here to guide you.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in zip forms, send it for DocuSign or electronic signature, send it to me, actual email. When I sign it, you're going to get notified via email. And then what do you do with that email? Download the PDF and all that stuff, and then send it to like Veronica. She's the listing agent. Okay. And then she's going to reply to you with the counter offer. You know, this is a mock, like live role play. Okay. And then I'm going to show you like a home inspection report. I have a bunch of those. Hey, Ashley, should we ask for them to replace this water heater? Because it's kind of like about to die. What do you say? How do you handle this? You know, all of that stuff is something I'd like to role play the entire transaction until the funding, the pretend funding happens and the close of escrow. Okay, what files do you send to the escrow company? How do you exchange emails with the escrow company? All of that stuff. I like to do a mock play. Veronica, does this sound like fun?
I'm down for that, Ho. Let me know what I can do to help. I'm down for that. But does it have to be pretend money? Can it be real money? That was a joke and a bad joke. Sorry.
So when you know, as an agent, if you know what to expect, I think you have a lot more confidence in having a conversation with your client. And I always like ending the conversation with clients every time with, well, here's what's next. You know, Marla, we're going to send the request for repair. Let's see what they say. And here's what's next. They'll either say yes to your requests, no to your requests, or come back with, okay, we'll fix items 1 through 5, but the other ones, no, I'm not going to fix. So Marla, that's what's going to happen. All right, and then later, one of the 3 things happen. And then I look like, oh my God, Hope predicted the future. So yeah, these are things that I'd like to work on. I'll put together a little game plan, timing wise. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Any other concerns or questions, comments? Please come off mute and say something. Or turn on the camera. Almost done. Okay, so if no questions, I'll see you guys next time. The next one, wait, let me look at my calendar.
Thank you, Ho.
Let me check my calendar here. Next one is going to be, it's in the freezer. Let's see.
Monday, the 14th, The Art of Bragging. I'm looking forward for that. Monday, the 16th, 15th, 16th. The
Uh-huh,
Art of Bragging.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
We all love bragging. It's just that we suck at that.
I don't.
No, seriously. And so I'm putting together a slideshow for that. The one on Wednesday, the 10th, we're going to talk about searching the MLS for listing opportunities, creative ways of looking. Okay,
Oh,
so that's
how
what we're
come
going to do.
how come the training is like all over the place? Wednesday, Friday, why isn't there just like a consistent day and time?
Because that's not how life works.
So we can schedule it.
Well, it's in the calendar.
Okay,
Marla,
yes, sir.
you were made to handle the stress. Okay.
Question about that training. I actually have orientation with my association. So would I be able to email you and get the recording because it ends at 12?
Yeah, I think we'll have recording. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And plus, by the way, oh no, no, the slideshow is not ready. Finish. Wait, hold on. There you go. Share. Whenever you scan this, you have access to my Calendly. Okay. So even if you missed any of the training classes, make sure you just book an appointment with me. Whatever opening spots are out there, I'm available for you guys. Cool.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Good class.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
So
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ho.
have
Thank
a
you.
kick-ass weekend. Get a
Have a
listing.
nice weekend. Thank you.
All right.